Hey everyone, I'd just like to apologise for this taking so long. With all the stuff that's happening right now, I just haven't had time to devote to tutorials. I'd also just like to point out that Leonidas and Calypso have just been fed and are very talkative because it's close to their bedtime. So I'm sorry if you hear things in the background that sound really unnatural. Okay, finally, tables and data validation and index match, because I'm a bastard. Okay, as I've said before, hang on, I'll bring this up. There we go. As I said before, tables are extremely powerful. They essentially turn a bunch of data like this on your screen into a database that can be accessed in a similar way to a relational database, like Access, SQL based. Office 2016 also allows you to go a step further and actually treat multiple tables as one data set, but I haven't looked into that, so I don't want to look like a right twat by being completely wrong, so that's for another day. Okay, now this is a data range that I just came out with. I used some randomly generated fruit. Hey, look at that, tomato, because it is a fruit. Coconut is a fruit. Thought that was a nut. Okay. Apparently jujubes do exist. That did my head in. And a huckleberry is also known as a blueberry because Americans are strange, but because I already had blueberry there, I couldn't just actually, you know what? Goodbye, huckleberry, stupid thing. Okay. Banana is a nut. Bad, bad people. So I don't care. Now, what this is just fictional sales over 2016. This is number of sales. It's kind of cool. That's pretty cool. These were just randomly generated. I don't know seasons for what fruit, and well, we'd be here until 2018 for me to figure it out because I'm lazy. Now, at the moment, that is just, it's a bunch of data. You can do stuff with it. You can, create a sum. So for the year you sold 409 lemons. Yay, that's nice. So, but it's not very useful. And if you want to grow it and you want to refer to it from other sheets, then you're going to have to play around with your formula as you go. Or you can do the lazy way, which makes me sad and angry, and there goes Calypso, which is to reference entire rows, because don't, bad. Okay, so what we do is we take this data set and we format it as a table. Now, my table has headers. Those are the months. And all of a sudden, now it's a table called Table 1. So you can change that to, I use the Microsoft naming conventions for it because it's a Microsoft product, but you can call it whatever you want. And there you go. This is now a table. It's very, very different. You can add a total row, which is nice. Let's say on average, holy moly. Let's turn that into just a number. On average, you sold 32.63 in January. And just drag it across. So from that, we know that your fruit sales were at their best in January. Isn't that cute? You can take these, you can sort them, and sort by color, but there are no different colors to it. You could actually, change colors in there if you really wanted to. One of the best things, just added a new column to the whole thing, and it references things differently as well, because it's not referencing cells, it's actually referencing columns. So these columns, you could essentially call them the oh my god, fields of each record. So, and it'll automatically fill. Okay. It automatically fills down and everything is cool. Alrighty. Now let's do some data validation. First, let's get rid of a bunch of things. Table, food. I don't want to do that. Table rows. There we go. And that's the other thing is, as well, I nearly fell out of my chair then. Let's say you have data there. And let's say it's pretty important data. If you deleted that entire row, there goes that data, you go bye-bye. But, because we're dealing with tables here, just going to choose those ones. Delete table rows. It's still there. It's preserved nicely. Okay, so data validation. So data validation is really useful. It makes life easy. So I only use it for one thing, which is to create lists, and but you can actually use it to control how people enter data. So they literally can't enter data in incorrectly. So we've created a list. Now it's asking for a source. And there we go. Satsuma? The hell is a Satsuma? Okay. Oh, it's a type of Mandarin, apparently. Okay, now that's all very well and good, but what if you want to add new things? Oh yeah, you can add new stuff simply. Probably going to do this wrong. Oh, there we go. So there we go. We'll add a new row, new fruit. Shut up, I know it's not a fruit. I'm just going to do round between. Now see that? What you can do is actually override all cells in this column with that formula. So if I wanted to, I could make that apply to every item in that column. We don't want to do that though, in this case. And you'll also notice that the total row is staying there as well. So I'm just going to paste those as values. And I know the potato isn't a fruit. Shut up. Okay, so here we have a problem. No, we don't. Wow. Okay, that's awkward. What? Oh, of course, because it's using a. It's actually using a table. So get rid of that total. It's going to keep that line. So the validation rule will actually shrink and grow with it, which is pretty cool. So there's data validation. It's really that simple. Also, if you use a table, it'll shrink, it'll grow. So let's try delete table rows. all of a sudden stops at mango. Let's undo that. Goes down to potato. So let's just get rid of God, there it is. Okay, total row. So that's data validation. It really is that simple. Now you can play around with it so that if it gives you an error, so because you can type in your own stuff. There we go. Now, unfortunately, it doesn't auto-complete, which is a pity. Oh, and another thing as well, data validation is not constrained by direction. So there you go, month, date, month, and fruit. And this brings us on to the fun part, which is index match. Because it's all very well and good to have all this. You can, it's easy to turn this into a graph. Once I remember how to insert, there it is, right there, look at that. Apparently this has recommended charts. Hey, look at that. That makes no sense. That makes no sense. Yeah, you'd have trouble with that. I think it's because total's there, so we'll actually delete that column completely. Put you guys back in there. Now this brings us to index match. Index match is really confusing, and it isn't helped by the complete lack of help online about it. It actually took me a very long time to understand it fully, and sometimes I still have to break it down into its component parts just to be sure. The way that I was taught is actually, that just made it absolutely click for me, is the way that I'm going to show you guys right now. And it was like someone walked up behind me with a little tack hammer and went ding into the back of my head, and I suddenly understood it. So index match is similar to VLOOKUP, but on steroids. It isn't constrained by the number of rows across. It can be as many as you want. It can go backwards, it can go forwards, it can go up and down and side to side. It doesn't care. As long as the two matches match, if that makes any sense, then it's happy. It will give you a nice, it will give you a response. So we've got these, and I should probably not have put them that way. So match, we'll break it down. Index, there goes Leonidas. Index is essentially the array. There's your array, the data range. Match is a way of doing a search and reporting a number on how many rows across or how many rows down something is. So yes, you can actually use it in VLOOKUP. So let's actually do here's an idea. I don't know if I'm going to get this right. Satsuma, table array, and there we go. It's looking at the entire table. Column index number, match. Lookup value is April. The lookup array is there. And we want an exact match. So it's similar-ish. I really hope this works, otherwise I'm going to feel like a right noodle. 8 Satsumas in April. What the? I don't know what happened there. I don't even know if there's anything. Okay, let's do a match and see where I went. Let's put that down there. So Satsuma, let's do a match across. This is how you break it down. Lookup array. Now you'll notice I'm including that part as well. There's a reason for that. 0. So Satsuma is 7 down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. April equals match. Yeah, it's getting close to their bedtime. April. Lookup array. Exact match. And also he can hear me talking, so he wants to be in on the conversation. 5 across. Count to 5. So 7 down, 5 across. Where the hell did you get 8 from? R3. So, it's looking at Satsuma. R3. The table array. Is that? So this is actually correct. And we know it's 5 across, so let's try it. Let's get rid of the match. It's 19, which is correct. So, VLOOKUP, Satsuma. I'm sorry guys, this is now like personal. Oh, wait. It's above it. No. I don't know. Okay, R3, table array. That might actually be where I went wrong. Column index number is match. Lookup value is April. Lookup array is there. And then an exact. Forget the last number. What the? I don't get it. It's really doing my head in. That's so funny. Okay. Maybe. Still 8. Oh, I hate you, computer. Okay. Let's let's just ignore that. Never happened. Didn't happen. Anyway, so we've got match. Satsuma, which is 7 down. Or it could be pineapple. It could be pear, you know. It could be September. Now you'll notice that it does include the first row as number 1 as well, which is why index match is so useful. So let's see if we get, now the value that we're looking for, pair in September, is 37. I hope this works. Equals index. So now we have the array. There's 2 ways that you can do this. There's the easy way, and then there's the just stupid way. Let's go with the easy way. So we're taking the whole thing as the array. Now it wants a row number. So match lookup value, that, make that absolute. Lookup array, that. And we want an exact match. Okay, now column number. Match. Lookup value. September. Array. Is that. And exact match. Double closing brackets. 37. Oh, thank God for that. Okay. You have no idea how relieved I am. I still do get these messed up occasionally, as you saw with the VLOOKUP. I'm going to have to look into that because the only 8 I see in April is there. In fact, the only 8 I see in the whole thing is there. Oh no, there's one there. I have no idea. Okay, but yeah, that's in index match, guys. It's once you get the hang of it, it is really, really powerful. So you can passion fruit in September, 33. Let's go and sort this. Doesn't care if you sort it because it's looking at the whole thing. And best of all, because you're using a table for this, because it's looking at a table, not a series, not a data set, not a series of numbers and letters in there. If this was just a normal data set, then you'd have to change that every time you added an extra row. You'd have to increase the index, both the indexes and that first match, because you'd have to compensate for the extra rows. And that's just a pain in the bum, so use a table. It makes life easier. I cannot tell you just how powerful these things are. So powerful I'm going to have a vape, but you guys aren't going to listen to it because it sounds like a train is going through the Clouded Visions Danish oven. Seriously, guys, if you're a vapor, then seriously look up Clouded Visions. The juice is incredible. But as always, any questions, guys, please let me know. I'm more than happy to help. This has been a very long one. I'm sorry to put you all through that. Now, before I go, I'd like to remind you all about my Patreon site, and that you can donate directly via PayPal. Even Leonidas wants to donate. You don't own a wallet. You've probably stolen mine. If you feel so inclined, I'm only asking for $1 a month. on my Patreon site. That's just to help me pay for my office subscription and to get my website on its own domain. So I need 40 people to make that happen. If you donate or become a patron, it allows me to really concentrate on bringing out tutorials and not have to take on paid jobs as often and stuff like that. So I can really concentrate on bringing these out and not have 2 weeks in between them, because I've had to take on paid work. It is very hard for me to get out and get outside and actually work. So yeah, it's every little bit helps. Also, if you do become a patron, I promise for the first month, as a bonus, I promise not to talk to you. So that doesn't get people going in there, nothing will. But you'll find I'll paste my website in there. You guys all know it anyway. And thank you very much for putting up with me rambling. God damn. Okay, see you later, guys.